Hello and welcome everybody to your music roundup. This is our first ever episode, powered by Music News Blitz from Sip Media Solutions. We're incredibly excited. It's our first ever episode, and what we're going to be doing here is basically talking all things music, all things pop culture, and it's going to be great. My favorite part of it is that we get to see the faces behind our amazing writers. So today we are joined with Nisha and Katie, who write for Music News Blitz. So let's start with some intros first. I'm Anna Ferraz. I work on the Zip Media editorial team. I also do some video content for music and sports news blitz, and I'm the host for this podcast. So let's start with Nisha. Nisha, why don't you tell us where you're based, what your interests are, what you like writing about?
Yeah, so I'm Nisha. I'm at the University of Sunderland at the minute, but I'm from Ireland, and I love music, and I love rap mainly is my favorite, but I love all kinds of music.
Beautiful. We love it. And Katie?
Yep, so I'm Katie. I'm from near Leeds, but I live in Liverpool. I moved there for uni and I've just stayed because I love it. I'm into all kinds of music. I play electric guitar, so that's kind of like been my way in. So I love bands like The Last Dinner Party, Love Seema at the moment as well. It's a big one.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay. So what we're going to be talking about today, I think we're going to start with Katie's article, because what many of you may not know is that Music News Blitz is actually predominantly powered by women. Most of our writers were women, and we embrace that here. So Katie is going to be talking about her article, How Women Are Turning Rage into Music, Anger as an Anthem. What a headline, by the way. Love it. So Katie, why don't you get into that? Tell us about it, your thoughts, just let it all out.
Yeah. So I tend to find that a lot of my writing is about women. When I went to uni, I didn't even necessarily go in with that mindset, but all my essays ended up kind of being in that vein. So it's sort of what I brought to Music News Blitz as well. And the angle I took with this article is I was thinking, obviously, like things are improving, but women still have a lot of things to be angry about in the world. So I was kind of exploring, because obviously music is a great tool for expression, like expressing your own emotions, but it can also be such a powerful political tool. And I think we're seeing a lot at the moment, like a lot of the biggest women in the music industry are really tapping into this like angry music, even if it's not all like screaming, shouting, there's always that like little bass layer going on. So in that article, I just kind of went through, so I chose 3 artists to look at in a bit of detail and sort of looked at how their music shows female.
Amazing. And can you take us through, I think you mentioned Olivia Rodrigo, Lily Allen, and who
Yeah,
else?
and there was a Riot Girl one as well, so Bikini Kills. I started with them because obviously I think when people hear like female rage, that's quite often where their mind goes to, because that kind of like 90s Riot Girl era is kind of what kicked it all off. So they were very much like, they were kind of as abrasive as they could be, really. Like they were very anti-patriarchy, and they sort of expressed it, you know, very openly. It was kind of the whole reason that the band was started. So their music is like, you know, the second you hear it, you know it's angry. Like that Rebel Girl song that took over TikTok. Like you can just hear it in the music straight away. But I thought it was interesting that if you look at someone like Olivia Rodrigo, obviously she's a bit more of like a pop princess kind of vibe. You know, she loves like a bit of glitter. But she's still got that angry sound coming through in her music. I think it's something that's coming through more and more as well. Like the more stuff she releases, but you can even hear it a bit in Deja Vu, like starting to creep in a little bit. And obviously she's very open about the charities she supports as well. She's into a lot of like pro-life charities, and when Donald Trump used her music on TikTok as well, she took all her music off TikTok as well. So she's definitely like very unapologetic in her beliefs. And Lily Allen as well, obviously that, you know, that absolutely rocked everyone's world, I think, when it came out, just how different it was. And again, like probably a slightly different type of rage. I don't think it was quite as, I mean, it was definitely very openly angry, but obviously it was kind of more went down the route of like ridiculing him a bit. So it almost had like a bit of a silly element to it, even though it was obviously some very serious topics. It felt like it was kind of coming at it from a bit more of like a playful angle.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. And out of those three artists, who would you say is your favorite if you could choose one song? I know that's such a difficult question, but I mean, you're on the spot here.
I mean, right before I tuned in to do this, I was listening to Pussy Palace by Lily Allen. I feel like that's got a bit of a choke on at the moment. So, I mean, that's the first one to come into my head. So I'd have to go with that.
That's brilliant. And Nisha, who's your favorite female artist currently?
I've been listening to, and it's kind of like that female rage again, a lot of Alanis Morissette recently.
Amazing.
And I think she has that kind of just angry and she lets it out. And I've been loving her at the minute.
Incredible. Yeah, I love it. I mean, right before this call, actually, I was listening to Brutal by Olivia Rodrigo. Because it's true, it's brutal out here, guys. And I mean, like, on that note, do you think audiences are craving like a messier or more honest type of music now, especially in the landscape we're in? Or, I mean, it's lyrically, but it's also the sound. We're going towards a lot of like rock and there's like pump kind of sound that we're getting here. Now, Katie, what do you think? Do you think it's something?
Yeah, I definitely think that. I think if you look at nearly all the music that's popular at the moment, even thinking about someone like Seema, like it's got these really personal touches, I think. I think we're very much in the era of people want to hear like personal experiences, and obviously that is often something that's a bit messier. And I think just people are getting into a lot more detail about their general lives, and you know, it's something people can relate to. And quite often, you know, as women, there's a lot of like issues that I think can be related to it as a wider group as well.
Absolutely. And music is such a great outlet. And yeah, so I think that's incredible. And now we're going to be talking about a whole other genre. We're going into the underground Irish rap scene. We're going to be talking about the king of this underground Irish rap scene here. So Nisha, tell us all about that. I want to know everything.
Wow, everything. But yeah, deathtoricky, he's making waves in the Irish rap scene, and even kind of he's broken into the UK underground rap scene as well. And I just see like he's become really quickly one of my favorite artists. Kind of out of nowhere. Like I discovered him maybe September of this year, and he was still in my top 5.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've just been listening to him a lot, and I think we're going to see great things from him. Some of my favorites are like Breathing Right, Polo, Brazil is great as well. And I just think he has a really authentic sound that is quite new to the Ireland music scene, because we're known for like great rockers and great like Seema nowadays, kind of pop girls. But I think rap has always been something that hasn't been as big, and now it's becoming something.
Amazing. And you mentioned in your article that often rap artists or Irish rap artists, they seem to hide their Irish accent. And he seems to be doing this. I think we're kind of like on the whole theme here of artists pushing boundaries. And do you think this is something that makes him more authentic, makes him stand out more? I mean, how did he get his big break?
Well, his big break kind of came from, he's a great visual artist as well. So he has a few music videos and they are incredible. They're quite just kind of relaxed, laid back, but it's just something that people aren't really doing as much anymore, especially in that scene. And his visuals sort of blew up on TikTok, and then people went to see his music. But yeah, it is quite refreshing to hear his accent come through in his rapping.
Yeah, and why do you think people, more Irish artists, tend to not show their Irish accents or put that in their music?
I think it's kind of trying to blend in. You have like American artists and UK artists, and it's kind of like seeing that they are doing something good and it's like not having an accent, and then it's kind of, well, I need to replicate that, where I think the success can be replicated, but you can be authentically Irish.
Beautiful. I think we're all, yeah, this is all about authenticity. I mean, in the scene of women in music, I mean, cultures, different cultures in rap, any kind of genre. I mean, if we could think about these boundaries being pushed, I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. And I think that's exactly what the world needs right now. We kind of need to push it. We need women to say, actually, my anger isn't taboo. It's something that I'm going to put in my lyrics and in my sound. And same goes with the Irish rap. I mean, it's something we just need to be real out here. Like, I love it. I absolutely love it. Katie, what do you think? Have you listened to any of his music?
I did. I had a little listen before this, and I had a scroll through his TikTok as well. Yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, I thought it was some really cool stuff. I got what you meant about the visuals as well. Like, it was very distinctively him, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, and the visuals, like, what do you think makes him stand out in those visuals?
I mean, it's quite like DIY, I guess, the bits I saw, but in like a really cool way. Like, when I say DIY, like, it's not stuff I could do. Like, it is like, you know, it's something very different, but you know, it has that like element of, if you've got the skills, it's the kind of thing you could create at home as well.
Amazing. Incredible. Anisha, do you also feel the same way?
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's definitely like the homemade feel to it, almost like camera quality that isn't amazing, and like glitch effects, and I think it's just that kind of homemade feel that makes it special.
Absolutely. I think I'm noticing a lot of artists are kind of bringing back that whole, you know, I'm just going to record this on my iPhone and be authentic, because it's what we need in the world right now. I mean, I guess, yeah. And I kind of just wanted to end this off with kind of talking about some of our favorite songs at the moment. I know it's such a difficult question. I mean, there's so much good stuff out here, but Spotify Rap did just drop. So for me, it was Mad by Renee Rapp. I love Renee. She's also extremely authentic. Huge figure in LGBTQ plus music scene, and everyone says she needs media training, but I think that's what makes her so special. So that's my current favorite song at the moment, and definitely blends into your article, Katie, with music.
Yeah,
Nisha, what about you?
Well, my top artist this year was Yus Klein, which I didn't really expect. But and my top song was United by Music by himself and Tommy Cash. And I didn't really expect that, but I suppose in the earlier months of the year I was listening to a lot of that. But at the minute I can't even think.
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah. Katie?
So my top artist was The Last Dinner Party, which didn't surprise me at all. Just with the new album, I think I just had it on repeat for at least a week. Like, it was what I listened to. My top song, it was there's a band in Liverpool at the moment called Girl Group. They're kind of on the rise a bit. They supported Olivia Dean like a month or two ago. But one of their songs, Flink Pike, it's quite political, but it's like just really, really fun. And just anytime I walked anywhere, I just have it on in my headphones. So it's just want to dance all the time.
Amazing. Okay, well, for everyone watching this, I would recommend that you listen to this music, because as Simon, our boss, says, we are the music Avengers here. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. It was such an interesting conversation, boundaries being pushed in music, authenticity, and I think this was a brilliant first episode to get us started, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.